Did you say bacon? Say bacon one more time, and I might just show you how I made this mask. I'm the one sculpt apocalypse.
Hey everyone, I'm Hayze, this is Armored Brownies, and I cannot keep that voice up for particularly long. But I'm now going to walk you through how I made this Roadhog mask that you saw me wearing at the beginning of the video. Remember, if you like this content, make sure you comment on it, you like it, and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also share it with your friends who might like it. Now, we start off doing what I've shown you a couple of times on the channel before. It's actually making the silicone mold. This mold I've made a little bit differently than previous mold in that it was actually much more of a brush on mold than a dump mold where I just pour it on. So I was using lots of thickened latex to paint on a layer of silicone over my master. And then we move on to make the master mold, which will hold the silicone in shape as we pour the resin in. And now that we have that all together, we simply roll a bunch of resin that we dump in there. This is Roadhog resin, as I've used for all of my masks so far, which coats the edges of the hollow mold and creates a hollow object for you to put your face in. Now, because of the size and shape of this mold, I actually used 4 layers of about 100 grams each on this mask. And then once that's all in there and cured enough, we can take the whole thing out of the master, peel the silicone off it, and we have our blank Roadhog mask. But that's not all the Roadhog mask is made of. He also has 2 filters on there. Now, here is a mold I made a little earlier from the 3D print you saw me making in the previous video. It's been sanded down, it's had a lot of finishing work done to it, but it's a 2-part silicone mold that is round. When I fill it full of Roadhog resin, I can roll it left and right, left and right, left and right, keep it moving so that all of the resin inside it slowly builds up on the walls. But of course, I've got to take a lot of it on faith as to how well cured the resin is on the inside. I can look at how the leftover resin in the cup is, and when that's set, I can feel happy that the stuff inside it's going to have set. You can tell by the fact that I have a few of those filters hanging around in the workshop behind it that I've had a few failed castings. Once I have those filters cast, I can't help but using a bit of blue tack, just put the whole thing together for a dry run. If you're enjoying this, be sure to drop a like on the video, comment, and also subscribe to my YouTube channel. Last time I asked you to let me know who your favourite Overwatch character was. This time, let me know which one of the Blizzard games is your favourite. Is it Overwatch? Or are you still a sucker for World of Warcraft, or Heroes of the Storm, or any of the rest? Let me know. So now is one of the more tedious parts of the whole process, and something you have to do on every mask you make from one of these molds. It's trimming off the flash. And with this mask, I also have to cut the eyes out and cut behind where the filters will go in. So you have a nice, clean thing to now paint. Now, I'm hitting this up with some plastic primer, ready to then go and paint it. I just hit it up with my airbrush afterwards to give it a whole undercoat of black. And then for any parts that don't want to be black, and then undercoat them in white by hand, rather than having to go through the hassle of masking off particular areas. The next thing that I actually painted on was I gave the entire area that's going to be rubber a slightly grey coat. It's mostly black mixed with a little bit of grey mixed with a little bit of blue. So you can get a sort of rubberized effect that will look really nice when we dry brush over it. Then I did the metallic parts for the filters. All they need now is the yellow. And then with the same metallic paint, went around the edges of the eyes and where the filters meet the mask. So the laces needed undercoating as well, since they were going to be a light colour themselves. And once that was done, because we put a little bit of texturing in there with an actual lace, I went over them when that paint was dry with a wash, which settled darker colours in all of the recesses to shade where we had pattern. With the filters painted, we just go over them in yellow. It's a very simple painting thing. It's not nearly as fancy as painting of the Kindred mask, but the overall effect I really like in the end. And once I'm happy the whole thing is dry and all of the paint is dry, I can then go and dry brush the highlights onto the mask. These highlights are things that will give the whole mask its rubberized effect. And then it's just a case of gluing in the eye lenses, which I've already pre-selected to be the perfect size for the rest of the mask, and we have a fully painted Roadhog mask. So, do you have any questions? Do Do you like it? What character would you like me to do next? Remember, if you want to encourage me to do more of the content that you like, make sure you comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the channel, and share it with your friends. I've got a few more exciting things coming in videos soon, so I hope you will join me. Great sculpts and awesome cosplay props. Thank you for joining me, and goodbye.